while Tabitha is shouting, the General Secretary of the MPP is also on Facebook ranting. It's been quite a difficult week for the party. I can understand the difficulty. He was saying they went to Bono regions and other places, and they are realizing that the appointees are not in touch at all.
Oh, okay. Did he say that on Facebook, or he said that on?
No, he said it, he wrote it on Facebook.
On Facebook. Oh, okay, yes. Okay.
So the appointees not being in touch. It's not just the appointees. The communicators are not listening. You know, if you are in government and your body language and how you talk to the 1.9 million people watching you should be different. You don't have to shout.
How you don't teach me anything here.
I'm not teaching you. I'm
just
teaching. I'm teaching
you don't
the
teach me
young people how to listen. When you're talking to the nurses who for 30 months you haven't paid their allowance, and some have even finished school, and it took a young girl to expose Dr. Bawumia on a platform. When you are talking, you must watch your body language. When you are talking to people who...
I said you don't teach me anything on this platform.
I'm not teaching you.
Good.
I'm teaching your other communicators. I'm sure they are also watching. When you are talking as a government communicator, and you are talking to the many people who you are told that 9 out of the people, despite all what you have enumerated, are saying that the country is moving in the wrong direction, then you should know that your efforts are not yielding results. Because you know why? We don't measure by efforts. And that's the mistake the MPP does. You know, Annie, you know why in the corporate world, when you are giving KPIs, they measure by results? Because, Annie, I can come to this studio and be scribbling down things and hold so many things. And then when you ask me to make my submission, I won't make anything. I was only putting in efforts. The result, zilch. So for all the efforts we are being told you have made, the result is zilch. 9 out of 10 Ghanaians say that whatever you have said has become very irrelevant. So for the people you keep telling, we have done planting for food and jobs, and the planting, they are saying that they cannot afford food. So maybe you should pause and listen to why you keep pumping money to your party members, and the people cannot afford food. The Bryan Acheampong matter. The minister who is responsible for food, agriculture, is interested in buying hotels and not stabilizing food prices. And we should watch Dennis Miracle Awaje for what? That's when we get to the markets.
I don't think it's necessary. That's another platform.
No. She was inviting people. I can invite people. So what I'm saying is that these people are just talking on top of their heads. They are not listening to people. They seem to be, apart, as if they don't live in Ghana. And rightly so, their secretary has said it, that the appointees are not on the ground. Because if you are on the ground, you will know that for more than 4 years, there are nurses at home. You haven't employed them. Which government has not employed nurses and doctors in Ghana before? Which government hasn't employed nurses and doctors? When it comes to the health sector, you have the worst and abysmal performance in the health sector. And so when you are doing something and people are talking, they are telling you that their lives are worse off, you must pause and reflect and listen. Because what's the point in coming to tell me that we are pumping money, we are doing this, and we can't see anything? What should we do with that? Did we vote for you to come and tell us the effort?
I need to confirm, but did I hear that the Kolebu...
Yes.
University.
Yes, this morning when I came, I was even discussing with your makeup artist. I'm saying that Kolebu, which talks about me again, who we are told we shouldn't call a joker, went to stand on a platform and told the people that now government was going to subsidize the dialysis. 2 people have died for 2 weeks because the dialysis center in Kolebu is not working. So when you come and sit here and say, Dr. Bawumia promised people.
So we have 2 more people who have died.
Yes.
Apart from the 19.
Yes, 2 more people just in this 2 weeks. And then we are being told that, you know what, be grateful because for some reason we announced. Please, the joke is too much. And let me say that for Bryan Acheampong, he's the most coward of the men in NPP. If there are men in NPP, Bryan Acheampong is not one. Did you not listen to the man when he wanted to buy hotel and he was granting interview alongside Honorable Okujato? He practically was crying. Is that a man? Okujato Ablakwa.
Yes.
He practically he couldn't even tell the difference between a director and a shareholder. But he, Bryan Acheampong, you know what? He is so much of a coward. And you know, you journalists, sometimes if you are covering routes, you have to stand, and when the people are throwing stones, sometimes you even when you watch the out, he cannot even do that.
He can't duck.
When he was, let me show you. When he was a PC, or he wanted to be a PC for MPP at Suhu, together with Opari Ansah, their primaries and contests became very bloody with cutlasses and things. He ran away. He couldn't even stand one constituency. He ran to a Beatrice Tabitha. Please, men with balls. I don't think Bryan Acheampong should. And what does it take? Bryan Acheampong, who is he? Maybe, good morning, Ghana, we should spend our time on more prominent people. The man, as a great minister, he can't find his way. The only man that a commission of inquiry has found to be a person with no integrity, he hasn't gone to court to set aside the findings. Let's get more serious and discuss the OSP matter. But the MPP must know that they have failed. They have just, you see, sometimes, whereas the finance minister is admitting that they have failed and they are apologizing, Tabitha in the studio is telling us, oh, we are doing well. Whose own should we take? The finance minister says that Ghanaians, we are sorry, we haven't done well. Tabitha says we have done so well. So whose own should we take? Whose own should we take?
All right. Okay, so this is
now you realize that you spoke about Bryan Acheampong's case. Now, when we go back to Bryan Acheampong's case, Bryan spoke as a politician. If I am going back to bring what their people also said concerning elections, there was a time that they said a whole lot of things. And so if Bryan says that we are going to win these elections, and he says that we will do everything within our power to win that election, how wrong is that?
Okay.
He never said we are going to use ammunitions to win the power. He never said we are going to rig to win the power. He said Kwan Biaso. And Kwan Biaso means what? It means that we, which we have known, we've been known so far, we've won elections in Ghana 4 times. Did we use ammunition? Did we use rigging?
If you ask me that question, do you realize that in 2020 elections, people died? So if you say, 8 people. So
no.
If you say that Kwan Biaso is justifiable, then you want to justify the fact that even if you would take the lives of 8 people,
that's why I
even
said,
if you take the lives of 8
that's
people,
why
you will win the elections.
Said,
is
even
that what
though
it means?
we have won 8 elections in this country, of course, 4. Sorry, it's rather 4 elections. Okay. Though we have won 4 elections, but it doesn't. We didn't use those means.
Okay.